Hello, welcome to another episode of THP Tutorials. This is your boy Seth, and we are going to continue with our series on management. In this video, we're looking at another major function of management, which is leading. Good. Now, the outline for this function is going to be first, take a look at the concept, management, and leadership. I also look at the nature, the principles of leadership, qualities of a leader. Take a look at leadership styles, leadership theories, and then we'll look at types of power. See you after the intro. Welcome back. So let's get on with it. Good. Definition, right? The concept of leadership, of leading. When you say leading is the process of motivating, influencing, and directing others in an organization, right? So that's the first bit. Is the what process? Not the first. It's a process of motivating, influencing, and directing others in an organization. Now, where are we directing, motivating, or influencing these people to, right? To what end are we doing all these things? Now, we motivate, influence, and direct others in the course of leading or in the process of leading to be productive in their work and to attain organizational goals. There you have it. Leading as a function of management is defined as what? First of all, is the process of what? Doing three things. What three things? We are influencing, motivating, and directing others in an organization to be productive in their work and to what? Attain the goals of the organization. Of course, we can't talk about leading without talking about leadership. Leadership is then or can then be defined as the process of influencing others to accomplish a goal by providing purpose, direction, and motivation. Right, so the two are quite similar. The main difference being that leading is peculiar to management, right? But leadership, in this definition, is giving a general whole definition for leadership, right? Now, leadership will be defined as what? The process of influencing others to accomplish a goal by providing a purpose, direction, and motivation, right? And then leading as a function of management has to do with what? Motivating, influencing, and directing others in an organization to be productive and attain organizational goals. That is enough, right, for the concept, the idea of leading. Moving on, before we look at management and leadership, at this point, let's just talk about the nature of leadership, right? When you see the nature of leadership, we are referring to the factors that leadership contains, right? Now, these factors affect each other differently depending on the scenario at play. Now, when we talk about the nature of leadership, these four things are always at play. The led being the followers, the leader, the situation, and communication, right? Now, there is no one perfect way of leading, right? So, the leadership style or the leadership, the amount of leadership is always determined by these four factors. And as a manager, when performing the function of leading, a manager must always analyze these four factors in the nature of leadership before they make a decision. Good. Management and leadership. What do we have to say about that? Now, when we talk about management, when the management is effective, it has to do it efficiently and effectively executing the four functions or five functions of management, right? Remember that staffing is also part, but it's not really constant in the definition that you see. But staffing is also a function of management. Good. That's what management has to do with, right? Executing those functions. Now, when we talk about leadership, successful leadership envisions the future, right? And sets a new direction for the organization. So with leadership, there you have it. It envisions the future and sets a new direction for the organization. Now, what's the purpose of successful leadership, or why do we need successful leadership, and why do we need effective management? Right. In times of uncertain business environment, right, when the business environment becomes uncertain, that situation demands strong leadership in order to save the organization. However, when the organization faces internal operational complexities, when there are difficulties in the day-to-day operations of the organization, leadership in that context is not the answer, but rather effective management or strong management. There you have it. Management and leadership. That's the difference between them. Right? With leadership, we are talking about envisioning the future and setting a direction to go into that future. Whereas management, being effective, has to do with what? Executing the four functions or the various functions of management effectively and efficiently. Moving on, let's have a look at the principles of leadership, right? Now, when we talk about the principles of leadership, we're talking about the values or ideals that leaders must possess. Now, a leader or even manager, right? When a manager is performing their function of leading, these are the principles that must guide them in their leadership. Negotiator, right? You have to be a coach and motivator. You have to be a team builder. You have to know how to be a friend, an advisor, a guide, a mentor, right? So a good leader will be the combination of all these things. Moving on, leadership style. Leadership style. Now, that's just to say what? The various styles of leading people, right? When it comes to motivating, influencing, and directing others in an organization, what are the ways of doing that? What are the styles that we have? There's the autocratic, and with that, the leader is single-minded. As far as the leader is concerned, I know what's best for all of you. Now, this type of leadership tends to work best in a situation where the leader is the most skilled or most competent and diligent member in the organization or in the team that he or she is leading, or in that unit or department. In such a situation, autocratic leadership is the best choice. Why? Because the people who you are leading don't even know what's good for them. It sounds down, right? Now, participating leadership, on the other hand, says what? No, whatever decision the leader makes affects everyone. So the leader then values the inputs and contributions of team members when making decisions, right? So the leader doesn't just get up and say, we are moving in this direction. No, what the leader does is he seeks the perspective of the various team members, right? From person A, B, C, D, E, and sits down and says, okay, this is what everyone is saying, and then using that input, a decision is made. Bear in mind, this does not mean that when the leader in a participative style says that we are moving in this direction, it doesn't mean that just because the members of the team oppose what he's saying means that enough is they can override the leader's decision. It doesn't work like that. The leader still maintains the final say. Transactional. This one is, you can think of it as contractual, right? Now the leader receives, goals or tasks that have to be achieved, and he incentivizes the followers or the team members, by giving them rewards in exchange for completing said tasks, right? So it's transactional. It's based on contract. Get this and this done. In a situation where you're able to get these things done, You receive this reward. Maybe you get a bonus. Maybe you get a trip to Hawaii. You know, it can be anything. And in the transactional style of leadership, the leader also can choose to. The leaders have the right to punish or correct team members when they fall short of set goals. Right? It's a contract. So transformational leadership. With transformational leadership, it has to do with communication is key and high visibility. Right? The leader gets things done by communicating clearly and effectively with their team members. Right? In transformational style of leadership, the leader is concerned with their big questions, right? And the leader does not have time or does not deal with petty day-to-day routine tasks. No. He leaves that for the team members, right? And he handles issues of, vision, the future, right? That's hence the name, transformational, right? A transformational leader motivates each employee to achieve, their goals, the goals of the organization through communication. They inspire, right? That's what transformational leadership is about. Good. Up next, I want to take a look at leadership theories and types of power when we come back from the break. Let's continue. Now looking at the theories of leadership, right? Now we have here the behavioral theories of leadership. This is the only one we'll be taking a look at. Now this theory of the behavioral theories were put forth by Lewin Kent. Good. Now he identified how leaders behave, right? The various behaviors that leaders put out. Then he identified types of leaders, right? So each leader has the manner in which they behave. First, you have the participative leader, right? Or sorry, participative leadership, and that's the kind of leadership, as I explained earlier. We're talking about the leadership styles. Don't be confused, right? We can say that leadership styles were evolved from leadership theories, right? That's where leadership styles come from. They come from the theories. Good. Now this is one theory among many others, right? Good. Let's get on with it. Participative leadership, right? The leader involves team members in the decision-making process, takes in their 2 cents on matters, and makes a decision. Remember that the leader has a final say. Now, this type of leader who involves his followers in this process is called a democratic leader, right? Democracy, power to the people, for the people, by the people. Authoritarian leadership. As I said earlier, right? My say is final. All of you. Shh. What do you say? Go. Right. Those leaders are called autocratic leaders, right? You have delegative leadership, and that leadership has to do with what? Being a leader. Only make people do what they want to do. You don't get a problem. Then you finish. Okay. Feel free. Right. That leader doesn't give a right. So that's what that kind of leadership is about. You hang back, you relax, and then you allow them to impress you or get you fired. Right? So that kind of leader is called that's the laissez-faire leader, right? They don't interrupt, they don't interfere with the process. They sit back, relax, and then wait to get impressed or fired. Good. Right now with the laissez-faire, that one, it works best in a situation where you have competent team members, right? When you know that nobody is small in the team, I get me. Yeah. Imagine back in JHS, imagine you take like 10 schools. Then all those schools you take first three in all their JHS 3 classes. It just whoever that leader is going to be should know enough to know that I can't go and say anything I want, right? You have to humble yourself and calm down and let them take charge, because in such situations the members may be smarter than the leader, right? So you can't tell them your mind. So in that situation it's good. But in a situation where you have, let's say, a first person, someone who is first in class, and then last 5 in that group, and you say they fair, as I said, you can sit back and wait to be impressed, but you will likely get fired. Exactly. So in this latter scenario that I just put for it, you have to go autocratic. All of you, sit down, keep quiet, listen to sense, right? Sometimes they'll even tell you that, right? I hope I'm not offending anyone. Good. Right? And let's say maybe they're participating, it will work better when you have Daniels. You're like, I put myself in trouble. When you have, average team members, they are not on the level of the leader, but they are not stupid either, right? You can't discount them. In that situation, it's nice to hear what they have to say, because every now and then they can have an idea that's better than yours, right? That's why in the democratic, the participative style of leading behavior, the leader listens to what they have to say, but he has the final say, right? Good. So that's that for the leadership theories. Now power, right? Now in some time to come, we'll upload a new course that's principles of leadership, and in that course we will take a look at the more theories of leadership, great man theory, a whole lot, right? And we'll also go deeper into power there, right? Now this is just being featured here to give an idea of what is to come. So don't be too bothered as to why power. We're talking about power. I'm not even going to define it, and I'm just calm down. It shall be well. All right. Power. There are 6 types. You can break them down into 2. You have positional power and personal power. Positional power meaning that it's a power you derive from a position in an organization, right? So let's do the positional first. The legitimate power. That has to do with the power that you have from your work. Class prefect, right? Or the power that you have as a class prefect or a school prefect or associate president, right? Or course rep. That's legitimate power, right? Now, the power that you have to reward people and give people compensation or reward, not use rewards again, but something to say, well done, you've done well. That's where reward power comes from, right? So let's put it in context, right? Let's take SRC president and vice chancellor, right? Legitimately speaking, the vice chancellor would have more power than what? The SRC president. Good. The vice chancellor will be able to give better rewards. Yeah, sure. The SRC president will be able to give better rewards than the SRC president. Anything. The vice chancellor can say you free scholarship or hey, you do kululu and get a. No, it doesn't happen. I'm just giving a scenario, right? But the SRC president can get up and say, hey, it's not available. Right. Maybe as a president, he will take you to disciplinary committee, but it doesn't happen because they even fight for the students, right? But vice chancellor can what? Eradicate you from the university, right? Yeah, if you are in SHS, you'll be deported. So, like that's what we're talking about. All these powers come from positional power. This is the power that you have, right? Your responsibility is the power that gives you. The reward power is what? Your power, your ability to reward acts. And coercive power, your power to balance someone's way, to punish people, right? Now, personal power is more like, it has nothing to do with the position that you have in an organization. It's just you as an individual. If it's me, said Nikwe, what do I have that makes me this and that, right? So, expert, right? You might say, I know how to teach. Let me know what you think in the comment section, right? Maybe I know how to teach. That's a part I have, because not everybody can teach, right? Not everybody can be a newscaster. Not everybody can be a firefighter. Not everybody can be a police officer, right? So that's one. So expert power, knowing how to do something very well, that gives you power. It's personal power. Reference power is, when people admire you and find you charismatic, when they love you so much. Yes, that's where reference power comes from, right? So that's reference power, personal power. Now, information power, right? What do you know? Like the information that you have, and this is not necessarily in terms of, okay, you say book, but sometimes there are people who have information, right? Information that you need, depending on where you are. All these are types of power. Good. To cap it all, let's look at qualities of a leader. What are the qualities of a leader? Right? A leader is assertive. No means no. Inspirational. Charismatic. Right? Role model. Responsible. Performance oriented. Risk taker. Rational. Your mind dey ground, right? Why doing that form? My cheese don't forgive me, right? So that's it for leading as a function of management. Right. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Thank you all for 600 subscribers once again. Road to 650. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much.